Hi and welcome to one of our videos for problem solving based around your home learning for parents and students to give them a little bit of a step-by-step on how it will work and how it will sort of look using this PowerPoint. First thing we're going to do here, guys, start off with a bit of a joke. The joke we have here today is, what do you call a hen that can count her own eggs? A mathematician. We'll move on quickly after that poor joke, but what this is going to show you step by step is how the math skills work as a part of your non-negotiable daily expectations for numeracy. So after you've done your warm-up, you'll find that you'll get a choice to do 1 of 3 exercises throughout the week every single day. We're looking at problem solving, so we're just going to click on that link, which you guys will be able to do. It will open up a PowerPoint that will look like this. The PowerPoint's pretty straightforward. You'll notice that there is, on the second slide, some problem solving strategies, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. You'll also notice that you'll have week 1, and you'll have week 1 based on a couple of things. So you've got beginner, and we've also got intermediate, and we've also got advanced. After that, we also got our answers for each of those ones, and then obviously it moves on to week 2, and they're sort of set up in different colours. Alright, so depending on your entry level and what your student can do at home and what your child can do at home, you can choose which one you would like to do, and obviously as you get a bit more of a feel for it, you'll get a bit of an understanding of what really suits your child and so forth as we go. But there's definitely a lot of differentiation for each of those students there. So we're going to pop ourselves up here, and we're going to begin, alright, by having a look at this one here. Okay, so we're going to work our way through this one here, which is called coin counts. It is actually an advanced one, so we're going to go on and jump onto my Microsoft whiteboard. On here we've got everything that we sort of need. Okay, so we're going to go through what we are going to do. So before we get started, we're going to create a bit of a T-chart. I've already sort of got that set up. Apologies for my T-chart using the pen, and the Microsoft Surface is a little bit difficult, but we'll work our way through. Alright, so we're going to start off with reading through the question before we start, and then we'll have a look at what we already know and what we need to find out, and that's what we've done in our T-chart. For the yellow, well, I think it's yellow, we're going to have what we need to know, and we're also going to highlight in the blue, alright, what we need to find out. Okay, but before we do that, we'll read through it. So Katrina puts all of her coins onto the table. She then groups them. Katrina puts them into groups of 2, then into groups of 5, then into groups of 6. Each time there was one coin left over. A and B, there's obviously an A and a B. What is the smallest number of coins that Katrina could have? And B, what is the smallest amount of money that Katrina could have? You'll also notice that after we've read that one out, at the top up the top here, you can see that the focus is number and place value. Alright, we also have multiplication and division, so that's what that's based on. And down here, we can see that we've got our strategies here. Alright, so our strategies are 1, look for the important words in the question, 3, have a go, and number 9, think logically. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, we've got all these different strategies up in this box here, which you'll also find on the PowerPoint on the second slide. So if you go there, you'll find that one, so you can always refer to that if you need to. Alright, so we're going to start off with this one. You'll notice that number 1 will probably be with most of your questionings that or most of your problem solvings that you do. So first of all, we're going to have a look at what we already know. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to read through that top question. We're going to highlight some stuff as we go. So Katrina puts all of her coins onto the table. Not really important, so we're not going to worry about that one. Alright, she then groups them. Okay, groups is probably important. Okay, so we've got those ones. Coins we could probably put in there as well. Katrina puts them into groups of 2, groups of 5, and groups of 6. Each time there is 1 coin left over. Alright, so those are the important information. So what I'd do is I'd write those ones down. Okay, so we've got coins. Okay, we've got groups. So these are important bits of information that we need to know. Alright, we put them into groups of 2, alright, 5, and also 6. At the end of that one, there is 1 coin left over. So I'll pop that one in there. Over here we need to find out what we need to find out, which will give us pretty much what we're looking for. So I'll read through the answer or the questioning at A, and we're only going to focus on A. We'll look at B once we finish here. What is the smallest number of coins that Katrina could have? Alright, so we're looking for the smallest amounts, okay, of coins that Katrina could have. So usually these are pretty straightforward, but I'll type this one in. Alright, and we'll keep it nice and simple. Alright, so I'll just hopefully click back on that one. Alright, okay, I'll put in here, what is the smallest amounts of coins? Okay, and I'll pop that one in there. Alright, and away we go. So now what I can do is now start to work it out. Now there's a couple of ways that we could look at this one. Also, we can use some of the strategies. First of all, I'm going to look at number 3, which is have a go. Alright, so what I've done here is I will hopefully get my little TV up here. Alright, we can have a look at this one as we go. Alright, this one here, and I've got some counters, so I'm going to have a go. I'm probably also using a little bit of number 8, which is making a bit of a model. Okay, so I'm just going to use a little bit of this one here. So looking down the camera here, I've got myself 18 here. Alright, I've just chosen, I'm thinking logically about this one. I've tried to use the multiplication of 18 to see if this works with what Katrina is trying to do. So I'm going to have a look at what we already know. We need to make groups of 2, and there's going to be one left over. That's why I've got that yellow. That's my leftover. So I'm going to put these ones into groups of 2. So I'm able to do that. Okay, put them into groups of 2. Alright, with my 18. Alright, I'm able to do that one. Okay, pretty straightforward, hopefully anyway. Looks like I've got, there we go. Alright, my groups of 2. Alright, got my 1 left over. So now what I'll do is I'll go to groups of 5 and see if this one works for me. So I'm just having a go by building some of these ones. Now I can realise that this doesn't actually work. So 18 doesn't work. So what I might do is go to the next multiplication of 6. I might try 24. So what I end up doing there is I end up bringing in, alright, at 18. Okay, well I've got 19 because I've got that plus 1, but I'll put 18, so I'll bring in another 6, okay, and see if this helps me with what I was just doing there. So I'll bring in this extra 6 over here. Alright, just bring that across, and I'll have a look at this one now. So let's just have a little bit of a look. I'll add 2 here to make our groups of 5. Alright, and see if that works for us. So 5, 5, 5, 5, and 4. So 24 doesn't work for us. So I can actually get rid of 24. So I've had a go at 18. I've had a go at 24. Now I might look at the next multiple, which will be 30. Okay. Alright, so now I'll bring in another 6. 2. Alright, I'll slide these ones across a little bit so we can see this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so I've got those ones in here. I'll add to my groups of 5 that I had over here. So now it works with groups of 5 because I've got my plus 1 there. Now what I'll do is I'll try my 6. So what I'll do is I'll just divvy up one of these ones here. Alright, and I can see that I've got my 6's work there, and I can see that the way that I've sorted these ones out, that they're in 2's as well. So if I have a look at what we already need to know, that I can have groups of 2, 5, and 6, alright, with the number 30. Alright, so for me, that would be my answer towards the end of it. Now that I've had a little bit of a look at it, there's probably a couple other ways that I could work this one. And the most obvious one that comes to my mind, okay, is using multiples. Now multiples would be 2 and just counting ourselves up, 2, 6, 8, and looking for the lowest common multiple. 10, alright, 12, 14. What I might do is I'll just get rid of my guesses over here so I can fit this in a bit better. Alright, so I did have 30, so I'll work my way through. Alright, I've got my 16, I've got my 18, I've got my 20, 22. I'm running out of the space here, so I'll work my way through here. 22, 24, 26, 28, and 30. Over here I've got my 5, 10, multiples of that one is 10, 15, alright, 20, 25, and 30. Apologies for my handwriting, still getting used to the surface. Then we have 6, sorry, I've been to about 18 there. We've got 6, we're going to do, we've got 12, 18, 24, and 30. Alright, so now I'm going to have a little bit of a look at this one, look for some common multiples. Alright, I went to obviously 30 because that's the lowest one that I've come up with, so I won't go any higher than that. Having a little look through this one, we have some common multiples of 10 here. I might try yellow because it comes up a bit better, or green. Alright, we've got 10s. Alright, but we don't have 10s in the 6, so that doesn't really work, so I'll take that one out. 16, no. 18 here, yes. 18 here, but with the multiples of 5 that doesn't work either, so I'm checking my answer here. The next ones that we have there is obviously 30 and our 30. Okay, and that shows us there our lowest common multiples of 30, which would then give us our +1. So that's sort of how we'd work our way through it, and I'd be able to write this down in my book and set it up this way and show my workings out this way. So that's sort of how it goes. Now obviously when you do this too, there is an answer sheet for us. Your answer sheet's in a different spot than mine is, but you can obviously, after you've done week 1, alright, hopefully I can go down a little bit here, it seems to be going a bit slow. What have I done? Go back over here. As you slide down, for the week 1 answers, they're all set up there from beginner, intermediate and advanced. Alright, so then you can check which ones of those ones are for you. For me, I just put the answers on a different slide based on this one. So the answer for this one here is, alright, 31 coins, because we had the 30 plus that extra one on there. There's also, as we look at it and we go back to my little whiteboard here, the next question for B was what was the smallest amount. And again, what I would be able to do is I'd be able to add this into here, hopefully, and write in, what was the smallest amount. Okay. What is the smallest, yep, I did that again with the N. What is the smallest amount of money? Alright, now I'm just going to think logically. Obviously, if I'm looking at my coins and I go back to my little picture my little video here, alright, and this is again me looking a little bit logically at this one, I'll be looking at these coins and thinking the smallest amount would obviously be me using 5 cents and not going any higher than that, because that's the smallest money value that we have. So I'd use 5, and what I'd do there is I'd count up into tens. Alright, so I'd have my tens, which would be 50 cents. I'd have another 10, which would be obviously $1. Then my other another 50 cents there, which would be obviously $1.50, and then that yellow one there, which was my 31st coin, and my 31 coin, alright, would be the 5. So it'd be $1.55 in that one there. And I was able to work my way through that one. Again, once you finish that, you can obviously write down your answers. The other side of things here is obviously too is you've got your extension. So if you want you want to have another go at something, you can obviously give yourself a little bit of extra work and go and have a look at the extension one there for you as well. Alright, which all the answers are on the PowerPoint as well. Hopefully this gives you a bit of an idea of what problem solving is all about. I know it's a bit of a long video, but feel free to reach out to me or Mr Fiske about this one and see how you go. Apart from that, thank you very much, and see you later.